Hello, I'm Terry Kolath. I'm here today with Charles Fuchel of Parkwood, and we are talking about a course he agreed to do to help us celebrate this year 50 years of Shell Point history. He's going to give us about 50 years of space exploration. Thanks for joining me, Chuck.
You're welcome.
What a wonderful topic when you think that just over 50 years ago, the Russians were ahead of us in the race for space, and we can
Yes.
remember that.
We remember, and we weren't happy about that.
Not at all. So, what was your involvement way back then?
Well, way back when, Sputnik happened October 4th, 1957. I was a freshman in engineering school. I decided this is something I want to do. And so I finished engineering school in 1961. I reported for duty at Goddard Space Flight Center. And my boss took me upstairs to a laboratory where they were building a satellite. And over in one corner was the prototype unit, and an engineer was in charge of that.
Wow.
In another corner was flight unit number 1. It was a bare structure, and I was responsible for that. Oh my gosh, I forgot to take the course in satellite building.
No course existed, right?
No, but we figured it out, and it worked fine.
That must have been so exciting to figure it out and then to see it come to fruition.
It was indeed. It was a fun job. I enjoyed every minute of it. I stayed there 36 years.
And look at what happened in that 36 years. We were just talking about how grandchildren know nothing else than the space travel and futuristic things and Star Wars movies. But for us, wow.
It was quite new.
Quite new. So,
Different.
As you go through 50 years of space exploration, I know we're giving you not a lot of time to do it, but what can we expect? Are there going to be highlights of things that happened along the way?
Well, it's quite a story of coming from behind. The world perceived the United States as not being at the front of this game.
Right.
And we were in competition with the Soviet Union for winning world opinion and respect. And the Russians were, after displacing us from our throne following World War II. And so we were in a competition for the hearts and minds of the world. And that's what the space race was all about, really. We went to the moon to pull off an impressive act, not because there was any military or political value or scientific, not much scientific value in that. It was to demonstrate to the world that this nation stand unchallenged in the world of science and technology. So starting from behind, 12 years later, we were walking around on the moon. It's quite a comeback story.
This gives me chills. It's fabulous. So what must it have felt like for all of you when it was happening?
It was a thrill. It was a thrill, and there were some heartaches. Some launch vehicles blew up, and a crew of astronauts perished in the Apollo mission in a ground test. But what followed was phenomenal. So, and I'm going to talk a good bit about the space program that not many people know about, and that is the scientific program and what we've learned about the universe and the technologies that have come from our research in space. Direct broadcast television was demonstrated by a NASA communications satellite launched in 1974, and that paved the way for DirecTV and Dish and lots of money-making opportunities.
And then direct things. I mean, there are things that came from it, ball bearings that go into people having surgery,
Yes.
fabrics. I mean, it's just nonstop what came from it.
A lot of technology, a lot of integrated circuit electronic technology came out of that program. That some of it would have gotten here anyway eventually, but that really accelerated it because that's what spacecraft are made of. It's silicon and all kinds of computers and data storage.
And you think when people, the Wright brothers, you think, well, we want to fly. How huge that was. And then to think we want to leave the atmosphere of the Earth and go
Yes.
into space.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. It's captured the imagination of every single citizen, hasn't it?
Well, it has. It has captured the imagination of our young people, encouraged them to study engineering and the sciences, and you can't get a better benefit than that.
Well, we are so delighted to look at this 50-year space exploration with you, and we're so glad you said yes. You would do a course for us.
I love talking about it.
I hope you can join us, and it's just going to be quite the experience. Wednesday, January 17th. Sign up at either service desk.